We live yet, guys? We are live. Good morning. December the 1st, 2024. I really apologize for being late. 5 minutes before this, my daughter called me. Well, came and got me and advised me that her shower um, cannot be turned off. So I've been dealing with hot water. My pants are wet, dealing with hot water. Sorry. And I'm late. Sorry. Uh, Sorry. And I'm sorry. Wow, what a morning. Um, so I thought what we would do this morning, guys, if you could repost the room, tell people I was late. Apologies for that. And we'll get going on this Sunday. Beautiful, by the way, beautiful Sunday morning in St. Pete. I am hot, sweaty, and shall I say, irritated for having to do something that I'm not good at. Anybody knows how to I can't even find the bloody water source in my house. There's bloody places ridiculous. See, this is why you don't want to own a home. Got to take care of stuff, constantly taking care of stuff, and kids don't know how to, turn stuff on without breaking. I mean, it's going to happen. Happy Sunday to everybody. December the 1st. We are literally 31 days now, probably 30 days left of this year. It is and has flown by so fast for me this year. It's a little terrifying, actually, how fast time is moving on. For those of you guys that came here because you're jacked up on Bitcoin, jacked up on Solana, jacked up on whatever you're jacked up on financially, this is not that room. This is a room where, without doing this kind of stuff, it doesn't not matter how much money I do or do not make. If I don't know how to deal with my life and take this energy that we call money and wealth and success, whatever and however you define that, if you don't have the tools to, one, get your fair portion of responsibility in the world, and therefore I think you're part of a piece of the pie. I'm doing these shows and these Sunday mornings because many of the things that I wanted and desired from church, school, community, teams, um, um, therapy, any type of help I've ever looked for, it was trying to get me to become a better person. And when in reality, what I'm really trying to do is move past my doubt about me, my doubt about you, my doubt about who I am, my lack of understanding on so many levels can create doubt. So I want to talk about, we spent some time, 4 or 5 sessions talking about who we are, what our purpose is, why I am here. I stopped chasing happiness a long time ago and started asking myself, why the heck am I here? What is my purpose? I think if I find out that I have a role here, that by taking a role and being responsible and communicating with other people about the challenges, I think by confronting doubt, talking about doubt, let's not act like it doesn't exist, okay? Last week, you guys all blew off here, hour and a half, 2 hour show, and you're like, I am powerful. I am a great person. I'm a great speaker. I am a billionaire. I'm a millionaire. I'm 100 million millionaire, whatever I am married to an awesome human being who loves me for who I am, and she supports me in what I do, and vice versa. And it's synergistic. I mean, I need to make these really, really, really defined I ams. What am I creating right now? 730 people in the room. I'm 46 minutes late. There's still people here. I go into doubt. What am I doing? Why am I doing it? blah, blah, blah. As soon as I move into I am. As soon as I move into I am a genius, I am a creator, I am a good speaker, I am a communicator with all others and invoke trust and a willingness to listen. See, if I'm not willing to listen to anyone, then I've already blocked the formula for communication. By the way, formula for communication I learned in an obscure, maybe not obscure is the right word, but I learned it in a training program. The formula for communication, we speak about how important it is to communicate, yet we have no formula as we do for math on how to communicate. We will do a show. I don't know if it's next week. I may get a lot of heat for this, but we will do a show on communication. There's a formula for communication. I need to spend some time reviewing the exact formula, but imagine not one person out of the 800 or 900 people in this room, not one person can tell me what the formula for proper communication is, which I find to be bizarre. I find it to be absolutely bizarre. Here we are, Americans, considered to be some of the best communicators in the world. And what do we have? We have no formula for communication. Not one person can write down the absolute formula for communication. So we will do a show on that because I think that's really, really helpful. But today, we're dealing with D-O-U-B-T, doubt. As soon as I do I am, and any of you guys that did this week, and I know that many of you have been doing the I ams, the amount of feedback. In fact, if you could make a comment in the comment section on what you did I am on, just a short, hey, I am blessed. I am a genius. I am a great leader. I am in the Trump administration making massive changes for the benefits of America. Blah, blah, blah. Whatever your deal is, I'd love to see the comments of where you went to on the I am. Everybody do it right now. Okay, I've got 1,000 people in here, 1,000 comments. What did you do I am on? If you didn't do it, say, I didn't choose to participate. I didn't do it. I couldn't confront who I am. This is the challenge. As soon as someone like me says to you, hey, write down I am, and I want you to make it big, dog. Make it big, okay? Don't listen to your mother, your dad, your teacher, your wife, your husband, your brother, sister, niece, uncle, auntie. Who the hell cares what they think you are? Stop listening to these people, okay? As soon as you move into I am, you will see there will be another polar view somewhere stuck in your subconsciousness, maybe consciousness. That'd be good if it was. And it will immediately initiate doubt and negativity toward that thing. Let me give you an example. I am a billionaire. Immediately when I say that, first thing that comes to my mind is, wow, there's 1,000 people who are going to be like, wow, what an asshole. Who needs to be a billionaire? Immediately think, oh, wow, people are going to think bad of me. Then I think, well, it's impossible for me to become a billionaire from where I'm at today and do so in the next 6 years. Because in the next 6 years, I'll be 70. Well, why do I want to be worth a shitload of money when I'm 90? Like, I need to put time frames on my I ams. It'd be cool if I could actually say, see, this is the way I play with the doubt. Well, I just don't have enough time. That will never happen. I have to take extreme risks to do that. Instead of what I go into is go, okay, that's all true. Those are all real doubtful concerns. However, I will reinforce my mind with I am a billionaire. I am a billionaire. I am a billionaire. I'm not really thinking about what it's going to take to get there, the gravity that I have to escape. All I have to do is keep impregnating my beingness with over and over and over. Okay. I am a champion. I am a champion. I am a champion. I am a champion in finance. I am a champion in communication. I attract other tremendous people that are good. Um, I can just go on and on with this, but every time I do it, see, here's Darius Payne. I am healthy, wealthy, and successful. Darius, love that. I would encourage you to define what those words mean to you. Healthy, wealthy, and successful. Where are you? What is it? What's success mean to you? What's wealth mean to you? And what's healthy mean? Right? Mentally healthy, physically healthy, capable of doing whatever. I'm not fragile. I am anti-fragile. I am a winner. Okay. So one, placing a little more definition on it is going to be a little challenging. Loris Del Ringo, is this you, Loris? No. I am that I am. I have a list too big for this space. Yeah, I am that I am. I am. I can now stop at I am. Okay. The I am for me now is so meaningful that I'm literally saying I am God. That for me, it is literally down to, oh, wow, I am God. I'm a part of God. I don't know what God is, but I'm something way bigger than a human being. While I sit here in doubt that my daughter's calling a plumber to fix this bloody thing while I'm talking to you guys. Good morning, Gary. Let's see. Nine Ling says, I am a good speaker. I'm earning $200K in the next 12 months. Good, dude. Now, see, that could be a little bit of a problem, that I am. It's an awesome I am. How about you're earning $50,000 a speaking engagement and you do 10 of them a year, bro? There's 500 grand. So you see what I'm saying here? Okay. As soon as you do I am, embrace the doubt. I went to church and people would go, oh, doubting Thomas, you're not faithful. You have no faith. Hey, listen, as soon as I confront that I have some doubt, I'm confronting everything. Okay, don't pretend like you can just, I over and over. And then you have to deal with the doubt. Okay, what's the doubt? Let's see, man, dude, I'm going to fail getting $1 billion. Okay, well, I got to 800 million and I helped 1 million people. Or, hey, I got to 800 million and I took a break to go help the Trump administration for 2 years and ended up in the history books for saving the country $1 trillion. Would that be a good diversion? See, what I'm trying to do is in my I am trying to generate this future point. I'm going to the moon, okay? I don't always have to be exactly aimed directly at I'm going to go off target some. I'm going to have some doubts, some concerns, some fear. These are the things that stop me from executing on the I am. Fear, doubt, second thoughts, double thinking, listening to people. I just presented a letter, a 2.5-page letter to a very senior team in the Trump administration. And it took me 12 hours to send the bloody thing because I'm sitting there in doubt. Oh, they're never going to buy this. This idea is so big, nobody's going to do it. There's going to be so much politics. Government's going to kill me. All these creatures, mid-level people, they are not going to allow me to execute a transaction like this inside the U.S. government, even though it makes totally perfect sense. I have an in to the government to offer solutions, yet it took me, and I'm a pretty tough little cookie, took me 12 hours and me continuing to reach out to people. Hey, do you think this looks okay? Does it look okay? Does it look okay? One person said, hey, look, this is an awesome letter, but like the odds of this ever happening are zero. And I have done this before, and trying to work inside the government's pain in the ass, blah, blah, blah. She's right. She is right, but I can't listen to it. See, I need to go, I got it. That's the way it's always been. Why don't we use that's the way it's always been and look at the results we have? Really bad results. The way y'all are doing it right now, I can assure you, have no doubt that it is leading to a lot of inefficiency, a lot of waste, massive leakage, and a bunch of government employees literally sitting around doing nothing, and it doesn't make them feel good either. Like, let's give them the tools that allow them to produce results. And no sense in having 86,000 IRS people walk around the United States with no tools to actually do their job, which I think is getting ready to happen. I think you're getting ready to see a world where the enforcement authorities, the regulators, can't even regulate because they have no tools to regulate the world we're getting ready to live in, which is a very, very different rule than the prior 400, 500, 600 years. So I'm a little off track. As I do. I do get off track. This is an issue for me, especially that's why the I am stuff is so important. A guy like me tends to get a little like I'm a creative person and I can get caught off on other things. I can easily get dissuaded by too much doubt and then go chase something that has less friction, but it's not as good of an idea. See, that's a problem. And I think that's the reason so many people don't swing for the fence. By the way, swing for the fence, that was a term that in somewhere in the 90s and 00s that was turned into, hey, that's horrible, swinging for the fence. Really? Wow, we should pay a lot of money to sports figures that do reach for the fence. You know, I find it really amazing that moms and dads constantly tell their little peeps that they're so responsible for. Don't take too much risk. Don't do this. Don't do that. Yet, the very people who you and I admire, the very people that the world constantly talks about, are those that took massive risk. So something's wrong with this picture. Mommy and daddy are telling you, the teachers are telling you, stay in the middle. Crazy guy like me is going, dude, I have no doubt on one thing. Like, you want to talk about no doubt? Oh, by the way, that's a trick. Oh, I don't have any doubt. Oh, okay. Well, run with it, dude. I have no doubt on what? You will run into the old doubter, okay? It's like the devil just sitting inside your brain. Big ideas equal big doubt, fear, uncertainty. Small ideas, less doubt, less fear, less uncertainties. I go further with big ideas than I do small ideas. And no one's going to be embarrassed if I swing for the fence and fall on my face. Some will tease me. But is it better that I be teased swinging for the fence versus, being a non-entity in the game of life, a non-player, a non-person player, right? Like just a robot sitting around. I would rather have doubt. And the doubt, I don't know, the doubt, it's like this little seed that just keeps popping. It's like it's inside you and you can't get rid of it, right? You guys know what I'm talking about, right? This doubt. Now, in religious terms, I get shamed to death about having some doubt, yet I'm sitting here going, hey, look, I'm not going to shame anybody for having doubt. Embrace the doubt. I'll shame you for not admitting that you have doubt. This insecurity that, and I see this in people, in business people all the time. They are aggressive. They are relentless. They work 18, 20-hour days. They never confront their doubt. They literally go, hey, I can't even think about doubt because if I think about anything, it's going to really drag me down. Well, if I get my doubt out of the way, I won't have all that gravity attacking my idea every 12 hours, man, every 12 seconds, right? I need to bring people in. I need to share with them my doubts and then that they allay and help me figure out, hey, how do I get rid of this concern that I have? Let's just go and review just for a second what this word doubt means. Okay, the word doubt has a rich history. Linguistic evolution, its derivatives are enormous. I love looking at derivatives. The root derivative or the root of a word is very valuable to me. The Latin word dubitere, meaning to waver in opinion, hesitate, or be uncertain. Read that again. To waver in opinion, hesitate, or be uncertain. This in turn comes from dubious, doubtful, and duo, two, reflecting a sense of being of two minds. One, the positive mind, I am, and this other, I am not, you won't be, and bullshit. Okay, that's all this language over here is designed to trap you and is designed to not allow me to really fully light the fuse and just be outrageously spectacular. If you know of an artist, if you know of a speaker, a musician, a painter, an orator who was absolutely outrageous, do you remember his name? Because for all the people that you remember their name for being outrageous, think of the many thousands of people that you don't remember their name, their face, or their voice because they just said nothing, did nothing, took no risk. I have no doubt that if you do nothing, you poke your head out of anywhere that you hide, that you will have a life of doing very little. And if you push against this doubt and realize that every human being on planet Earth has doubt about everything they do, and that we start talking about these doubts and realize they are paper mache, they are ghosts, they're images from your parents, 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 and we are most certainly living in a time far different than your parents, 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 and everything that they believed. When they came over from another country, had $2 to spend between them for a year. They had no history of where, of course, they were doubtful, okay? Every cell in their body is totally into survival, into doubt, fear, concerns. Can I pay my taxes? Can I buy a house? Can my kids go to school? What happens if they get in trouble? What if, oh my God, man, life is risky. My life has been a blast. Every time I get comfortable, I do less. And every time I take great risk, I have a great life and I do better. It is outrageously amazing. And everyone, the teachers, the counselors, the advisors, the consultants, the parents, they all said, it's okay. You can just be okay with enough, or you don't have to work so hard, or you don't have to strive to be great. When did it become okay with not striving to be as good as whatever made you intended you to be? This doubt thing is only costing me a life of wonder because you're sitting over there not shining as bright as you could. Okay, so I want you to start writing down, I am, okay, this week's going to be, and maybe just do it today, okay? Spend 30 minutes today. I am a genius. And then I want you to write your doubt down. Okay? It might be 30 of them. Okay? I am a billionaire. I am a millionaire. I own 30 Bitcoin. I own 3 Bitcoin. I run my own business in 2025. I blah, right? I attract a spectacular woman who really cares for me. And like I end up going out of this life really understanding what a relationship with another human being is on a spiritual and sexual level. I've never really had that experience. It's always been a grind and difficult for me, sadly. But the truth is, I actually am not sure. Maybe I'm not the guy that needed to hang out with somebody for the rest of my life, my whole life. It seems like I doubt that anyone's going to meet everything I want and need. And vice versa, I'm quite certain that I will never meet the needs of another human being fully. I can barely meet my own needs, okay? Okay, so the original meaning of doubt in English signified hesitation or uncertainty, particularly regarding belief. It came from the Old French doubter around the 12th century. The written word of doubt appears in Middle English texts from the 13th century, often referring to theological or philosophical contexts, such as questioning faith or truth. Apologies, I'm just famished right now. Thirsty. Doubtful, it's an adjective form meaning uncertain or lacking conviction. Doubtless, adverb form meaning without doubt. Anyone that tells me they're doubtless, I worry about it. I think there's some level of doubt that's critically cynical analysis makes a ton of sense to me. So we're on the same page with doubt. Okay, it's not complicated. It's probably very uncomplicated. It's a fear mechanism, right? It's a don't step out of your lane mechanism. It's like I have a century's worth of messaging that has been passed on from family to family to family about where our place in the world is. Man, this has been going on for centuries. People believe they are in certain classes, right? This is certain units of value in a hierarchical structure. No one ever told me that I could be at the top. I can be wherever I want in that hierarchical structure. And clearly it must be safer at the top than the bottom, right? Clearly I'm going to play a more active role at the top than I am at the bottom. Clearly there is more responsibility at the very top of the food chain than there is at the bottom. Like, I think that's a reason that people don't move into leadership often. They don't want to be responsible. It's too much for their shoulders to take, right? It's like, oh shit, it's on me. Yeah, it's on you. It's on you right now. Okay? It's on me. And you know why? Because I am and you are. And there's 7 billion people on this planet, man. If imagine if 700,000 people, okay, just like, what is that? That's 1% of the world's population on every Sunday morning at 10:30 said, I am a healer. I am genius. I am a leader. I am a great leader. I lead millions into prosperity today. I'm doing that right now. There's no way. I don't even know how many people see. I get so into this now. I don't even look at the bloody camera. I see so many people like really wanting more, man, and they want to be more. You deserve to be more. And the truth is, dude, I don't have very many friends. Okay. I don't have a big social world. And the reason I don't have a big social world is one, maybe I'm just a little introverted. Maybe I don't even like people. I mean, sometimes I don't like people. I don't like all the baggage that comes with it. It's boring. Okay. It's boring. It's lazy. It's uninteresting. I want to hang around people that are trying to do something spectacular, man, without them being all distorted too. I mean, that's the other. Why are you trying to do something spectacular? Is it because you want to be known, or it's because you feel like you have a sense of duty? I have a sense of duty, dude. Like, seriously, I feel better when I am helping. I feel better when I am a key player, right? I feel better when other people around me are doing exceptionally well by, helping, donating money, buying businesses, employing people, doing all the things that expand a population. And if you don't think expanding a population that's healthy productive and creative, then I don't even know why you're here. Because all I'm here to do is try to create something that's very valuable, leave an imprint on this planet, and somebody can say, one, my girls walk away going, whoa, that cat was cool, dude. He fought. He never, ever got in line with anyone. I want to make these girls understand that sticking your head out and being responsible and telling the truth and being okay with not needing people to like you, approve of you, and send you little fancy snaps is meaningless. Okay, these are meaningless. Every time I look at a fucking comment, excuse my language, every time I look at a comment that's negative online, I have to remind myself, hey, Gary, these are no different than the comments that people say that you're great or that you're a good communicator. Don't let either one of them excite you. Okay, this is the dopamine. This is my talk about doubt. And I think this is this is where doubt is really valuable. I have seen television, notoriety, people that write books, go on TV, they become very famous, and people lose themselves. Okay, not just the famous person, completely lost. Most of these people walk around being told how great they are, yet they're living in doubt that they can't communicate. I refuse to do this, okay? I refuse to allow people to oh, wow, look at this cat. He built 5, 6 businesses and he's building another one. He's probably going to make a shitload of money. I am most certainly going to make a shitload of money. But so what, man? Like, I am as flawed as you could imagine. Okay, there isn't anything perfect about me. And it's never going to be perfect. And I think the problem is the fear I had about doing this is like, hey, in order for me to do this, I'm going to have to change my life. And the answer is, okay, well, maybe I do need to change parts of my life, but I am not going to change my life and pretend in front of you like I am something that I am not. Every one of these people, okay, to the one, every one of them, when they get famous, they get rich, shit goes to their head. And they become trapped with their own dopamine. They get trapped with their own relevance to the world. Mark Cuban, dude. Like, dude, you don't need to rush to become relevant again, okay? Just go do something normal. Like, you don't have to get on TV and be a spastic every day to remain relevant. I don't understand what these people are doing. It's almost like they're terrified to not being known. People didn't know me for 30 years. Everybody knew my brother. Nobody knew me. I liked it that way. My brother's probably sitting here going, now he wants to get off this pipe, right? Getting off this pipe's kind of hard. So anyway, doubt and I am, okay? Now, what do I do? What do I do? Stacy Lewis here says, humility can create success. I do agree with you, but I also agree that humility in the wrong form can destroy you, okay? Because it's not really humility. It's a false. So Stacy, I don't know Stacy. I might know her, but I don't think I know her. But can I be outrageous and also be humble? Can I say to you that I have misplaced my ability? I have actually stepped into shame and I called it humility. What wasn't humility? It was shame. It was fear of me doing something. It was concern that I might be embarrassed if I failed. It was concern over how you would think of me, that I would have the tenacity, the balls, the arrogance to light up a meeting on a Sunday and call it church with Gary. Like, I went through that I still go through it. Okay. I literally believe people are out there going, what the F is this cat doing? He's done more drugs than most human beings on planet Earth. He's didn't have a great education, didn't really study that hard in school, doesn't really respect the status quo and things that are important, fights the system on a fairly regular basis, only because you guys lie to me on a fairly regular basis. And I'm observant and I ain't stupid. Um, but I go through all this. Now, imagine what I could have done had I not had most of this. Can you imagine? Is Stacy sitting down there going, well, Gary, Gary didn't shave today. He was 10 minutes late. He doesn't have any theological teachings. He only has life experience. He claims that he's learned more valuable things from broke people than the wealthy and the known. Most certainly, I have learned some of the greatest lessons I have ever learned are from people that most people would spit on, literally spit on them, okay, and run away from them. They're so scared. I have learned unbelievable lessons that will go to my grave. Okay, one of them is discipline. Discipline is the key to freedom. I had never, ever heard that in my life. And I heard it when I was maybe 27 or 28, Houston, Texas. Can't remember the name. I remember where he was sitting in a room, and he said that, and it shocked me. It blew my socks out. It hit me in the chest exactly the same way that I was hit in the chest when I was about 7 years old in a church. And the priest said it is easier for a elephant to get through the eye of a needle than it is a wealthy man to get into heaven. And it was that comment. I'm like, oh, wow, 7 years old. Okay, you tell me that people aren't geniuses at 7? At 7 years old, I recognized that would be my life journey. And most certainly it has been. Most certainly it has been a challenge to remain true, real to myself while assembling, more wealth than most people understand. And I don't care about the wealth. Actually, it's never done anything for me. I've never been that interested in it. I mean, I like it better than not having it, but it does come with responsibility. Okay, I have no intention on leaving this planet with money. Like I'm going to hand it out to anybody that can do better with it than I can. This is, although this topic is not very fun to talk about. Most certainly it's not fun for me to talk about, just like ad-libbing, freewheeling here. But I spent a lot of time thinking about this session. I spend more time thinking about this Sunday morning session than I do any of the finance meetings. Would never think about missing it, because I think it's probably the most important thing in fact, I made a comment the other day. I think the most important thing I have done in the last 10 years is this 1 hour. It's not how much Bitcoin I bought. It's not how much Bitcoin I bought, dumped, then rebought because I had an issue I had to deal with. It's amazing. The story is amazing what I've done in Bitcoin, actually. When and if I ever tell the story, it's truly an amazing story of no doubt. I mean, talk about no doubt. See, this kind of a trade, I've been very, very good at this kind of stuff, okay? This kind of a trade, this is a life. Hey, this thing goes wrong, people are going to laugh at me. I have done this now maybe 5 or 6 times. Something my brother, funny how two people can grow up in the same family and be so massively different. In our case, exact same age and everything. In business, I've never had a problem putting on one of these trades. Like I'm probably 86% allocated to Bitcoin. People think I'm crazy. Actually, I'm not crazy at all. I actually understand exactly what I'm doing. And I think other people are confused. They have doubt because they're not applying a new paradigm. to the world. They're applying an old paradigm of understanding of how to deal with energy. Money is energy, guys. No different than the energy I have. I have a unique energy that for some reason, 5,000 people showed up last week in a Sunday church. I don't know of a church that's holding 5,000 people. I do have a gift. See, when something inside me, as soon as I go, hey, you can't tell people you have a gift. How arrogant are you? That's doubt, man. Look, I do have a gift, okay? I have a gift of being able to sit in front of a camera, communicate very openly and honestly. And I think, quite frankly, it's not really that brilliant. I think you guys have all the exact same confusions and thought processes and idiosyncratic, bizarre viewpoints, unique way of handling things, crazy kind of summations one can make out of their life journey. None of it's right or wrong. Okay, it just is. None of it is right or wrong. It just is. And like let's say that there's 10 people on here who go, well, you're not a special community. There's nothing special about you. That's not true. Okay, that is absolutely not true. Exactly like me saying there's nothing special about you. Now, I don't know what's special about you, okay? It's not my deal. But what I do know is that I can sit here and pretend like there's nothing special about me. I can sit here and pretend like anyone else could do this. I can sit here and pretend like I don't have doubt about doing it. Even while I'm doing it, I have some doubt, yet my intention is 1,000% spot on, okay? I'm never going to be a priest. I'm not going to build a church. I'm not going to make millions of dollars from donations in a church. I'm not a psychologist, psychiatrist. I'm not an advisor. I'm just Gary. And I don't think this is overly complicated, okay? I've had a really bizarre life. Every time I sit down and apply the tools that I was given, I don't know who gave them to me. I don't know how I acquired these tools. I have read so much my whole life seeking information. See, I want to know the truth. And I'm looking around going, okay, who knows more than I do? Let me know when you find those peeps, okay? Let me know when you find those peeps out there that know more than you do. An elected politician, there is nothing inside his resume that says he knows more than you do. He just went for it. That's the only difference. He went for it. What his or her motivations for going for it, I don't know. Okay. But for certain, the difference between him and you is that he went for it and you didn't. And this is the problem with doubt. If you roll through, I am whatever you are. I am a CEO of this great company that cash flows within 2 years. I retain all my equity. I have good partners. I have great employees. I mean, you really want to say all that, and then you'll immediately move into doubt. Okay, well, that's going to be hard. Oh, I don't have the money. Private equity is going to beat me up. Blah, blah. I don't know how to negotiate. Well, look, you're okay, good. Got it. The more doubt you have, the more your idea is probably good. Or obnoxiously outrageous, which is also good. I like people that come up with outrageous, almost unaccomplishable missions, because like you're setting your target so high that if you miss it by 50%, you're still going to do well. But it is very, very important for me to start addressing the doubts. Now, how do you do that? When you do, oh, by the way, I had lunch with a gentleman Thursday. He shows up to the lunch table with a box this big. And he said, "Hey, thank you very much, man." I said, "Well, what for?" He said, "I watched your Sunday thing on the magic box, putting in IMs." He went and built a box. It was a pretty box. He can't get into it. I was like, "Wow, dude." I had lunch with a guy on Thursday, and he brought his box. Now, if you remember, 5,000 people were in here last week doing the box. And the box is basically a box you cannot open. It has a one-way entry. You can put things in, but you can't take them out. In order to take it out, you have to crush the box. I instructed people to build a box, put your greatest dreams you could ever imagine in that box, and then open it up in 5 years. You will be shocked, absolutely shocked at how under how low you set your goals. That in 5 years you will exceed all of those things that you put in that box, unless you died or unless you just stopped doing it and sunk into deep doubt. Never met a human being in my life who's done this exercise that did not wake up 5 years later or 10 years later and go, "Whoa, dude, I grossly underestimated what my ability was." Not one. I'm 66 years old. Okay, I have met a lot of people, both on a very intimate level and both on business level. I can assure you, not one human being has ever opened that box 5 years later and said, "Oh wow, I really estimated my ability well." They all underestimate their ability. All of them. 100% of you are underestimating your ability. You are spending more time in your doubt than you are in your I am. And if you can't confront the doubt, you will live in that doubt. It might be in a shadow. I doubt that I'm disciplined enough. Okay, write it all down. Unlike the book, however, okay, you're going to take all these comments, don't stick them in a book, light them on fire. Okay, have a ritual. You light it on fire and go, "Dude, these doubts are to the universe. They're not mine." Okay, they're not mine. They're something else. Maybe they're maybe they're your dad's. Okay, my dad had massive coronary problems when he was 46 years old. He died when he was 52. He was unhealthy probably at 45, 40. He had 5 children, and 2 of them were 8 when he died. He was terrified every day that he couldn't provide for this family. Now, the good news is he had no doubt he was responsible for this family, but he had to be terrified, man. I mean, absolutely terrified every day that he was going to let the family down, die, which he did. Good news is he was responsible enough. He left my mom with probably $100,000 life insurance policy in 1969. And she would never work a day in her life, and she would like protect all her beans, reinvest that money. Now, this was in a world, imagine if she was growing up today, like she would be done, okay? Because back then you could invest in bonds and make 8%. The money market rates were paying you 12. It was a world where money in the bank actually generated some money. My mother did an awesome job, okay? She did an awesome job. My dad did an awesome job. I cannot imagine the amount of doubt that was. They laid, dressed, and bathed in doubt every day. 5 children. Both while my dad was alive and then when he died, my mother just took it all on. Okay, she lived in doubt and fear probably every day of her life until at least we were old enough to move on to our own, which in Grant's case took him till about 30. Kidding and not. I, on the other hand, just threw myself into the world with massive doubt. Like I was full of doubt, but I just kept using this one little thing. I am. The I am, I cannot tell you enough. The I am is such a cool trick to get you beyond any kind of depression or fear or struggle or starting. If you're in the middle of it and you're screwed up, dude, you have to do the I am. If you're in a marriage that's messed up, you have to do the I am. You want the other person to do the I am also. You know, an I am over here and I am over here come together, but they don't actually know who they are, or at least like a big chunk of it. How can they actually be I am together? They don't even know who they are alone, much less all those doubts. You see, it all becomes very problematic when you're not aware. And just like notice, I'm not being negative. I am communicating that, hey, look, I have an if I force, if I drive, if I generate, you know, I turn on a power station, I hit a button, natural gas flows into it, lights a furnace, turns a turbine, right? And we get into action. Right before I touched that button, nothing happened. Right? Nothing was happening. I have to activating, activating I am. Okay. I am is a bit of an activator. Now, all it is an activator of potential. I then need to move into action, hit the button. Once I hit the button, the cool thing is half the doubt goes out the way. I am I am building and running the most successful energy business in Europe. I said that when I was 28 years old. 6 months later, a British company buys us. A year later, I was in England and would stay there for the next 10 years and generated billions and billions of revenues building two businesses. I had no way to get to Europe when I wrote, I am building a business in Europe. No way, no how, no chance. But what I did is I moved in action. I went and did my day job the next day, didn't change it. Advised my boss that I was willing to go to Europe. He laughed at me. And then 6 months later, they call me back up and go, hey, you still want to go? See, I was doing the I am and other people weren't. My I ams continue to expand. Okay. You cannot possibly come here on this planet. I am a good student. I make straight A's and then stop. Okay. Well, at 20 years old, you will realize that you have accomplished your goal. You made straight A's. My sister made straight A's, right? My sister made straight A's. And then what? So, look, we're going to do something. Sadly, I'm going to end this session a little short today. I usually go about 90 minutes, but I'm going to end a little short because I still have to hire a plumber. Hopefully, the upstairs isn't flooding to death. I would ask that you guys in the next 20 minutes, okay? Yeah, exactly. See, Christopher says this is group manifesting. See, somebody's getting it. Christopher's getting it. Okay. You see what I'm doing here? Now, if I would have started this 6 weeks ago and said, hey, we're going to do group manifestation, nobody would have showed up. I will tell you, though, I mean, on this particular topic, I think this is amazing. I started doing this 5, 6 weeks ago. I thought it was a brilliant idea, really. You know why I knew it was a brilliant idea? Because I have nowhere to go to church. I don't like going to the churches that I have access to at all. I'm tired of being lectured to. I am tired of being spoken down to by people that never showed their own flaws. And ain't a freaking priest I have met that is willing to show his own insecurities, his own flaws, his own lies, okay? His own inconsistencies with his belief system. I'm sick of this shit, okay? I'm sick of leaders lying to us. And I know they're lying all the time, man. Okay? It's not the easiest thing to come on here and do this. I am, and then I'm totally conflicted. I want a great relationship, but I'm not really relationship material. Let's be honest. Gary's selfish. Gary doesn't really, you know, I don't get off on things that other people get off on. I don't like, I just don't believe that I'm gonna live with some girl for the rest of my life and be pokey mokey. And everything's just like perfect and loving, and it's always like that. Dude, I ain't seen it yet. I wish it was like that, but I haven't seen it. Most certainly hasn't worked for me in that level. And you know what? I put it down to me. I put it down to me. So today, what we're going to do, like literally, just take 8 minutes. Okay, I need you to do IMs that you've been doing all week, and so you already know those. Now, new page. I want you to write all your doubts down. Now, the thing here, I want you to write the doubts down and really get psychotic with it. I want you to write the doubts down and don't filter it, okay? Like, I am a billionaire. And then the doubt comes, you're a fucking idiot. No way you can get that done. Let me go run the math. In order for you to do that, you would need a 72% return on investment every year or whatever happens. Go with it, okay? You're going to see some of these doubts are not even your voice. They're someone else's voice, someone else's view, someone else's vision of what they thought they could and could not do. And then they put it on you. They put it on you, and then you ate it for breakfast, okay? You ate it, you enjoyed it. Let's be honest. This will offend a bunch of people. But mostly, the reason that people don't do the IM, they don't want to be responsible. I have something inside of me that immediately, when I tell you that I'm going to do these sessions on Sundays, by Saturday morning, I'm already wanting to bail out. By Saturday night, I'm trying to come up with ideas of why I'm not going to do this, while the entire time I'm thinking about, okay, what would be a good topic? I am a strong character, okay? And I'm telling you, I have so much self-doubt and psychosis attacking every great idea. It is impossible for me to imagine that you guys don't have the same. In fact, I know you have the same because I have done so much work with other people on a very personal level. I've never met, I don't care if they're working for General Electric, IBM, they're Elon Musk, or poor as the day is long. The guy that runs Oracle, Obama, Shamama, King Wookie Wookie, Vladimir Putin, dude, we're just human beings, okay? Flawed as you can possibly get, with the magic of being able to create from our minds and then being attacked on a regular basis, both externally and internally, with doubt. I haven't mentioned God or Jesus or, look, for me, all these terms, and I do not mean any type of degradation or disrespect to organized religion. I don't know what the truth is, okay? I am in doubt on the whole God thing as it has been described to me by organized religions and other people who pontificate and claim they know the truth. Any book that's 5,000 years old, I'm kind of assuming that's been distorted a little bit, changed, tweaked, and no, we cannot talk about XRP or Bitcoin. This is more important, guys. Who cares about XRP and Bitcoin? If you own 10 million Bitcoin or 10 million XRP and you're constantly in doubt and you don't know who you are and you're not being as big as you are and your kids aren't as impressed with you as they should be, and you're not impressed with your children as much as you should be, dude, look, something's not working here. This is 21st century here, okay? Most of the people listening to this are in America and Europe. We have been given a gift here. Okay, we have a lifestyle that is very different than somebody that grew up in South Africa or Malaysia or North Korea or China. I don't think that they would allow me to hold it. Would China allow me to do this? Ron, come on, dude. XRP quadrupled. That's awesome. When was the last time you quadrupled? See, we're all betting on a chart. Where's my chart? Where the hell is my chart? Okay, I want a chart that does this. This is the Gary chart. Okay, it just goes up forever and ever and ever. And when I die, guess what? There's going to be some people, hopefully, that were in this room, and they get to then expand their chart. So my chart just keeps going. I want a chart, dude. Everybody should chart themselves. If your chart's doing this, you might want to do something with your company, okay? If your chart is not doing this, if your chart's not doing what that XRP is doing, then you should change your life, man. Okay? Forex, let's Forex it, baby. If a bloody stock can Forex in 10 days, why can't you and I Forex? And you're sitting there going, well, that's stupid. Hey, that's doubt, dude. It's your doubt. It's not my doubt. It's not my doubt. It's your doubt. I don't want any of it, dude. So let's keep our priorities. I'm not shaming anybody here, okay? It's Sunday, dude. It's Sunday, okay? What can you do? What can you do with your knowledge to help somebody today, man? Okay, I mean, really spank them. I mean, really lift them up, okay? I'm doing this, okay? I am at least doing something. And my hope is that other people will be doing this. I looked sometime this week and I saw like 7 different religious theology kind of good type meetings. I'm like, whoa, that wasn't there 8 weeks ago. People are literally starting, their Bible sessions and this session. Dude, that is awesome. I mean, it may not be the way I do it, but it is awesome that people are actually picking up their cameras, their microphones, and they're communicating their truth to people. Okay, that's all that human beings. We need the truth. Okay, I see a man that struggles with his struggle, and then he competes and breaks through that struggle. Gives me hope and ability, and I start to recognize, hey, managing your internal conflicts, is it any different than becoming a great ball player? Let me see. A great ball player works 7 days a week to be great. And someone that's working on their own life, living in real time, that lives a 86-year game, spends very little time working on, I am the greatest at my own game. Zero. We spend zero time looking at life as we do a game. Seriously. Okay. You think Michael Jordan is as good at life as he was at basketball? I got a big no on that one. You think Chirac or whatever his name is, or the guy that cheated on Bench, Johnny Bench, or Barry Bonds, you think those people's lives are as organized and well-performing as their sports life? Negative. You know why? You know why someone on Wall Street making $40 million a year isn't really happy and satisfied? It's because they spend all their time goals around their physical agenda, making money or being a doctor, but they spent no time on helping the world. Like, I want to walk out of this planet being freaking powerful nuclear fusion weapon, dude, for the good of humanity. That's a good I am. I am a nuclear fusion education machine that does massive good for the planet. Is anyone going to suggest to me that we shouldn't have had our kids in elementary school doing this exercise? I am a beast. Never. Not once. Should do it every damn year, man. Okay, every year you should have this program. This should be a program where people just go, "Oh yeah, he's doing the IM session." This, oh, little Bobby's in 6th grade. He's getting into the IM now. I just presented an idea to 3 gentlemen in the new Trump administration. It's an idea on how to turn the government into a revenue generation machine instead of we just spend money all the time. It will generate somewhere between $20 and $30 billion in year one. This idea, yet it's not the idea that I would be most interested in helping. I think the U.S. government could clearly. You give me government could give me $3 million, and I'll turn this IM into a program with $3 million. I could probably just do it myself. My point being is that if we really understood how bad our education system has misled us with tracking things that, quite frankly, learning languages or tracking numbers or the ability to be able to communicate to oneself and to others and help fertilize and expand a massively creative universe, to do for the mind what Elon has done to space. Maybe we just need to think about it a little differently, right? Maybe we need a different approach. Maybe we don't need to think about landing the rocket or losing the rocket. Maybe we need to think about I am. I have all the energy, all the fuel that I need to tap into a nuclear powered, perfect, never thinking machine, creative, brilliant device that allows me to imagine the future. I have an imagination that is very, very distinct from other organisms. And all I do is doubt it. My imagination is my genius, okay? My ability to vision and see the future, envisage the future, and then experience it through a constant action of steps that accomplish that. I will wake up one day and realize I thought too small of myself. I really believe this. I thought too small of myself. So I'm going to ask you guys to do a couple of things. One, do this exercise. It's going to take you 8 minutes. Okay, we normally finish at 12:30. 12. It'll take you 12 minutes. By 12 p.m. Central Time, Eastern Time, you'll be finished with the exercise on the doubts. You'll know your doubts. Yeah. As soon as you do your doubts, burn them, and then reframe the I am. Okay, just reframe the I am. You just got to rewrite it. It's all you got to do. Rewrite really big. I like it real heavy and dark, man. I color it up, make it beautiful, put some freaking, ice bells on it, Christmas. I don't care what you put on it, but experience your I amness, because you just got rid of all your doubts. Well, you didn't get rid of them. What you did is you said, hey, get out of here, man. Go somewhere else. Burn them up. Next thing you have to do, there's 2 other things you have to do. Contact somebody that you know is less than what they can be. Contact someone try not to make this a family member. Let me do your family members, you do my family members, and then you go out and do somebody that you're not related to, maybe a friend, your sponsor, whatever you are, a teacher, educator. Reach out to somebody, an employee or somebody that works with you, and say, hey, bro, you're so much bigger than you're behaving. And I just want to tell you, I see you being this and you're behaving this way. And I've decided I ain't going to be that way anymore. I'm going to be 100% of what I can be, or as damn close to 100%. And in order for it to be okay for me to do that, I need you to jump on the bandwagon too. See, it gets easier for me to do it. If 3,000 people started doing this, you think I'm going to stop? I ain't going to stop. In fact, me doing this, I keep telling you, I'm getting more from it than you are. For sure. For sure. Because see, I'm sitting here, talking a bunch of smack. You guys can see I really carry a lot of notes with me. This is coming right out of me. Okay. This is organic. I'm just going to drop it right here. It may not be as eloquent and pristinely packaged, but you got all that you want. I mean, all you got to do is start up, watch Netflix. There's no quality of content there, but watch it. They know how to organize the production. I had a man Saturday who I have kind of struggled with a little bit. I don't really know him very well. But he made a comment to me. He said, you're the most optimistic human being I've ever met. No one ever said that to me. But it's most certainly true. It is. It is. I'm probably one of the oldest guys he communicates with on a regular basis. And we do this on very large financial trade shows. It's very, very interesting that a young man, I guess he's 45, would say, dude, you're the most optimistic human being I know. Which, by the way, I think I have a lot of pessimism. Okay. I don't think that's necessarily true if you really know me, but I'll tell you something. That is a really beautiful comment. I didn't say compliment. I just said it's a beautiful comment. I looked at that and went, wow. Now, this is coming from a guy that I could easily get locked into going, I don't like this cat, right? It's just something. Now, as soon as that happens for me, I know there's something in me that he reminds me of that I don't like. I have yet to figure what that is. As soon as I identify, oh, yeah, that's what that is, I'll make less of it about him, and my criticisms will be less toward him and more about me. But that he could say to me, dude, you're the most optimistic, and he's around a lot of financial guys. You're the most optimistic guy I know. It was the nicest thing anyone said to me all week. Because one, I think it's true. Two, what better thing could someone say about me? Wow, dude, you bring positivity to the planet. I think that's cool, man. I don't want anybody saying, oh, dude was smoking with cash. Dude, he was positive cat, man. That's cool. He was a positive cat. So listen, I'm going to be a positive cat. I'm going to go apologize for my daughter for being a little narky on the water thing. I mean, it did happen 8 minutes before the show started. Hot water coming out of the damn faucet, and I can't figure out where the main source of valves are. See, stuff like this happens. I realize, Gary, you're having to put up with this because you've been irresponsible on any of this stuff. Like I just call people, hey, come fix it, but I never want to know where anything is. That's why I would be an awesome renter instead of an owner. I don't want to know where all that shit is, quite frankly, because I have other things to do. This is far more important than me to be doing than dealing with plumbing. Do you agree? Should I go deal with my plumbing or should I deal with I am? Guys, I really appreciate you. I want to first apologize if this has not been as organized of a thought process. This is a hard conversation to have on doubt. Couldn't think of anything that was more meaningful to do at this point, though. I could have done doubt in 6 weeks. But we've done 2 IMs now. The second IM, you guys started to wake up. I mean, there were 2,000, 3,000 people doing IMs 5 weeks ago. There was over 5,000 people doing them last week, and I know a lot of you did them. I'm going to ask you to smack out who you are, okay? Like really, put them in the comments. This is who I am. Happy to get criticism from you about, and it's not criticism. It's, hey, look, what would you like? What topics do you want to talk about? What areas? I'm not going to become ever a very, very, dogmatic religious. This is not going to happen here. I'm not making it less about God or Jesus or Allah or whoever. All I know is there's a lot I don't know. And every time somebody tries to tell me it's exactly this way, one, I just go into complete withdrawal because it's never been true for me. And I'm not willing to live in a universe that says, oh, wow, what was that? Oh, wow, Gary won the lottery because he was born into a particular club and everybody else is screwed. Sorry, I don't believe that. Okay, I don't believe it. I ain't willing to believe it. If I suffer in purgatory and hell for the rest of eternity, cool, dude. My God is not picking winners and losers. Okay, I don't get it. I don't get it. Okay, there's no chance that. Anyway, what I do know is none of us are doing as great of a job as being who we are uniquely, originally, and we have no excuse for it anymore. Okay, we, especially in Western society, we're not having to walk 2 miles to get our water. We're not having to cook on fire and waste our day. We're well beyond just survival. Okay, we're moving into prosperity. And the area that I think the Western society has done a really poor job of is growing spiritually in a line that shows growth. That we're becoming less dependent on the physical nature of humanity, and that there's something else happening, right? Like my ability to create a picture, have an image of who I am. I can see that, okay? I can see what I'm doing, who I am, my role, and that it's for good. I then can follow through with the action. If I get all my doubt out of the way, I can follow through with action. And the key to doing this, and this is why I will most certainly be the one that gets the most benefits out of this exercise, is communicating what I'm doing. The communication of what I'm doing makes it so powerful. Okay, it makes it turbocharges the entire thing. First off, it leaves me with a point of no return. I cannot come on here every week and go, hey, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, and then walk away. You guys embarrass me, shame me, tell me I didn't do it, said I would never do it, hold me responsible for that. But I'll tell you something, okay? There's no way that once I start advertising this, for lack of a better word, for vocalizing who I am and what I am, the power of that exercise. I am. Doubts, burn the doubts. I am. And now, hey, I'm going to communicate what I'm doing to the world, and you might have to leak it out in little pieces. One, I don't go back from that. Okay, I get so deeply committed. And two, the world just starts to get easier and easier because you know what happens? I have other people now actually envisaging what I'm doing. They may be in doubt that I'm going to do it, but they're literally helping form and shape the energy, the universe. I will end with this one thing. I met a man once in England. Didn't really like the guy. I was going there I knew he was going to lose his job in this. What I was going there to do was put a lot of people out of jobs. Well, really wasn't putting them out of jobs. I was going to change the market so substantially that most people wouldn't have a job. There'd be another group of people that would have the role. This man made a comment to me once. He said, I've had 3 lunches with you. I don't believe a word you're saying. I don't believe your construct works. I think it's a blip. It's a fad, and it'll all go back to the way it used to be. And then he blew my mind. Then he blew my mind. He said, however, your conviction, your zealot conviction in what you were doing is so overwhelmingly compelling that it makes me want to believe you're right. Staggering. This man worked for the largest, most well-organized monopoly the energy sector had ever seen. And he literally looked at me and said, after 3 lunches, I don't believe what you're doing is going to work. I don't believe you. But your belief and your own understanding of what's going to happen is extremely compelling. And I'm not sure I would bet against it. That man would go on to be retired from that company, never seen again, irrelevant to the energy complex. And maybe that wasn't important to him. But when he told me that, he gave me a gift that I will never, ever forget. Belief in oneself and what you're doing is far more important than the actual thing you're doing. The belief. I turned him around, man. See, I induced with reality and conviction doubt into his own universe and made him think things a little differently. So I'm going to ask you to do all of those things today. And one other thing, which you're always having to do, which is be nice to somebody today in the next 12 hours, because you're going to be asleep by midnight. You have to do something nice for someone that you don't know. You either don't know them, and if you do know them, you don't like them. Okay? You don't like them. You think they're dick. You think they're whatever. I did something like that yesterday for someone that is an absolute enemy. I actually did it Friday night. An absolute enemy. I left a message and thanked them for showing me something that had they not shown this to me 10 years ago, part of my life wouldn't be here. Even though they're absolute creature, freaking animal, tried to really take almost everything from me they could. I reached out to him Friday night. Hey, thanks a lot, man. Thanks a lot for teaching me that one thing. You guys, I care about you. I do care about you. I think people care about people a lot more than we ever talk about. I'm going to tell you that I care about you. And I hope that we're building a community here where we can really support each other in making each other bigger, better, more responsible, more active on this planet. Like all we have to do is get engaged. So I would ask you to engage your own genius. If you don't know what that genius is, literally a pencil and a piece of paper, you can start drawing your own genius. Understanding yourself is understanding what your special genius is. Don't convince me, don't try to convince me, okay, that you're not special. You didn't show up here because you're just another thing. Most people live lives of quiet, bitter, lonely desperation, okay? I don't think we need to do that anymore, okay? Let's start communicating what the pain's about. And my belief is my pain is always about me not being engaged in what I'm supposed to be doing on this planet. I love you guys. Take care. Have a great day. And make sure you do these 3 or 4 things, okay? Write the doubt. I am the doubts. Burn the doubts. Rewrite the I ams. Do something really, really nice for somebody today. And if you can, do something for somebody you don't like. All right? All right. Take care. Have a great week. See you next Sunday. We'll have a similar topic. Any input you guys have on what we should be talking about, please feel free to share it with me. Thank you very much. Have a great day. I'm off to do the plumbing.